Every family has secrets. Most are small, stories people choose not to tell, mistakes quietly forgotten, or memories tucked away in old photo albums. But every so often, a family keeps a secret so extraordinary that it changes the identity of everyone involved. This is one of those stories. For 35 years, Sarah Collins believed she knew exactly where she came from. She knew who her parents were, who her sister was, and where she fit within her family. Then after a funeral, a single document rewrote everything she thought she knew. The woman she had mourned as her older sister was actually her mother. The revelation wasn't the result of a police investigation or a courtroom confession. It emerged from a small wooden box hidden among decades of personal belongings. What began as a routine task after a loved one's death soon became an investigation into a carefully protected family secret, one that had survived for more than 3 decades. How could something this significant remain hidden for so long? And perhaps more importantly, why would an entire family choose to live with such a deception? To answer those questions, we have to return to a very different America. The year was 1948. The Collins family lived in a quiet farming community where everyone knew everyone else. Life moved slowly. Church bells marked every Sunday. Neighbors shared harvests. Children walked to school together, and reputation was everything. In communities like this, news traveled fast and judgment traveled even faster. Mary Collins was 17 years old. She was bright, hardworking, and dreamed of becoming a teacher. Like many young women her age, she fell in love. The young man worked at a nearby factory before leaving to serve overseas. Their relationship lasted only a few months. Before he departed, neither of them imagined it would change 2 families forever. Weeks later, Mary discovered she was pregnant. She told no one at first. She hoped the young man would return. She hoped they could build a life together. Instead, word arrived that his military unit had gone missing during combat. No one knew whether he was alive. Mary's future suddenly looked very different. When her parents learned about the pregnancy, panic set in. They weren't worried only about Mary. They feared what the town would say. In the late 1940s, an unmarried young woman with a child often faced lifelong social consequences. Finding work became difficult. Marriage prospects disappeared. Entire families could become subjects of gossip for generations. Mary's parents believed they had only one option. When the baby arrived, they would tell everyone the child belonged to them. The town accepted the story. After all, few people questioned older parents welcoming another daughter. The newborn was introduced as Sarah Collins. Officially, she became Mary's younger sister. Only 4 people knew the truth: Mary, her mother, her father, and the family doctor. Everyone else believed the lie. For decades, the deception remained untouched. Sarah grew up surrounded by love. Her grandparents became Mom and Dad. Mary became the caring older sister who always seemed unusually protective. No one questioned it until 1985. Mary suffered a sudden stroke and passed away. The funeral brought relatives together from across the country. Afterward, the family gathered inside Mary's modest home to organize her belongings. There were shelves of books, old photographs, letters, boxes filled with carefully labeled keepsakes. Nothing seemed unusual. Then Sarah discovered a cedar chest tucked beneath a staircase. Inside rested a small wooden box. On top sat an envelope. Written neatly across the front were the words, "Please read only after I'm gone." The room grew quiet. Family members assumed Mary had left instructions regarding property or savings. Instead, they found something no one expected. There was Sarah's original birth certificate, hospital admission papers, several faded photographs, and a handwritten confession. As Sarah unfolded the birth certificate, one line immediately caught her attention. Mother, Mary Collins. Not Eleanor Collins, not the woman Sarah had called mother all her life. Mary, her sister. At first, everyone assumed it had to be a mistake. But mistakes don't usually come with 30 pages of handwritten explanation. The family needed answers. Sarah contacted a local attorney experienced in estate matters. His first recommendation was simple: don't assume anything. Verify every document. County archives still held hospital records from the late 1940s. Church baptism registers had been carefully preserved. Birth announcements remained stored on microfilm at the local newspaper. Researchers began comparing every available record. One document supported another, then another. Dates matched, signatures matched, hospital staff names matched. The evidence kept growing. Still, Sarah struggled to believe it. She began speaking with elderly neighbors who had known the family for decades. At first, no one remembered anything unusual. Then small details began resurfacing. One retired nurse recalled Mary disappearing from school for several weeks. Another neighbor remembered Eleanor suddenly appearing with a newborn despite never looking visibly pregnant. At the time, nobody questioned it. People trusted one another. If the Collins family said the child was theirs, that was enough. The investigation slowly transformed old memories into evidence. What once seemed like ordinary family history now looked carefully orchestrated. As more of Mary's personal papers were examined, Sarah uncovered dozens of letters. Many had never been mailed, others had never been opened. Each one revealed the emotional cost of living inside the deception. Mary described watching Sarah celebrate birthdays. She wrote about attending school plays, graduations, Christmas mornings, every milestone, always nearby, never as a mother. She confessed that every year became harder than the last. Sometimes Sarah would run into her arms. Other times, she would proudly introduce Mary to friends as her big sister. Mary smiled every time, then cried after returning home. Sarah began asking herself painful questions. Had Mary wanted this life, or had someone forced her into it? The answer wasn't immediately clear, but another discovery soon complicated the story even further. Among Mary's papers was a bundle of old military correspondence. The envelopes carried a familiar name, the baby's father. Contrary to everything Sarah had believed, he had never abandoned Mary. The letters revealed that he had written repeatedly after returning home. He asked why Mary had stopped answering. He begged to know whether she was safe. He even traveled back to town once, hoping to find her. He never did. Mary's parents had intercepted every letter. Some had been hidden, others had never been delivered. Mary had written responses. Those letters were never mailed. Two young people had spent years believing the other had chosen silence. In reality, neither had been given the chance to speak. The deception wasn't simply about hiding a pregnancy. It had rewritten multiple lives. As the investigation continued, Sarah made a